So episode 7 is the real start of Jukebox's character development. She was someone who was going to change for Nicole when she said that she was going to stop boosting and hitting these licks, but that's all going to change when she learns the fate of the person that she cares about the most. We're actually going to see the development of Jukebox a lot sooner than the development of Kanan, because Kanan is still not realizing that he can't trust Davina even after he saw Scrappy on the floor losing an eye and a kidney in the process of trying to infiltrate Unique's organization for Rack. So it's the same old Kanan that we've been seeing all season long, and we're going to just have to wait a little longer for his turning point, which will no doubt be the death of Davina. But in this video we're going to look at 4 key topics and talking points from the episode, which is the death of Nicole, how it's going to affect Jukebox, Kanan's mistakes or whether it was Nicole's mistake, is Lou going to turn over to Unique's side, and the whole war between Unique and Raquel. I'm also going to explain how a favour for a favour could come into play over the next episodes. And of course I'm going to dive deeper into a lot more power Easter eggs and storylines of the week as usual, so remember to smash the subscribe button and have the notification bell turned on if you are new to the channel. But let's talk all things Jukebox and the death of Nicole first, because that's the biggest talking point coming away from episode 7. And I was asked a question: how do I think Jukebox will react when she finds out that Kanan is at fault for Nicole's death? And it's something I touched on before. I do think she's going to put 2 and 2 together that it was Kanan's bad batch of crack that killed Nicole, and she's going to take it hard. She's going to be real upset and down about it because it's going to be the first real loss that she suffered. Someone that she loved is now gone, and it was also taken away by the one thing that she doesn't fuck with. She made it a point in episode 3 that she doesn't fuck what Marvin's into, and not just because Marvin's into this, but because I'm sure she knows the damage that he can do. In Power we saw her boosting and hitting licks. She never really got into the drug game from what we know of, and I do believe the death of Nicole and how the crack contributed towards her death would have played a crucial role in Juke never turning over to this side of the game. In terms of a relationship with Kanan, I do think we'll see her confront Kanan. I think we'll see this change of a character that we've been seeing all season long, where she flips personalities and goes from Laverne to Jukebox, and we're really going to see a savage side to her, but definitely not next week, because if you've seen the episode 8 trailer, then you know she's going to be heartbroken. So I do think we'll see this side of Laverne to her from a character, but I think we're going to see a lot more with Detective Burke. They've put the wheels in motion for her to build a relationship and bond with her in the last episode, where Detective Burke said that she can talk to her about anything, and again in this episode Detective Howard said that these kids are our future. I think with Burke being a straight as you come cop, she'll want to try and help Juke and put her on the right path, but of course it still goes wrong for Juke, because we know how her story ended in Power, but there's still so much more that we need to go through with her character, and I'm sure she's going to suffer a lot more heartbreak as Raising Kanan goes through the series. And I felt really bad for Juke in this episode. A lot of people in the comment section felt bad for Juke. Just imagine when she opens this note that Nicole left for her in her bag, not knowing that this is the last thing that she left for her. It's going to be a real sad moment that we see in episode 8 when she does find out about Nicole's death. And there's still so many other factors that come into play with Jukebox's character. She has this disconnect with Marvin. She's never really had a mother around, which we're going to be introduced to in season 2. She has this bonding connection where she shares secrets with Raquel, but we're starting to see why Jukebox turns so savage and the Jukebox that we saw in Power. But I also want to flip this and also look at the other side to this, where a few people said Kanan's not to blame because Nicole stole the crap from Jukebox. Nicole fucked up when she stole it, trying to be sneaky, and it's kind of her fault, and it's hard to disagree. She should never have taken it in the first place, but it's the drug addiction. Once she got a taste of it in the last episode, there was no going back, and this episode title was Stay in Your Lane, and Nicole should definitely have stayed in her lane. You could also argue that Kanan should have stayed in his lane as well, because he clearly isn't ready to make decisions after he stepped on product that had been already stretched. So I would personally say Kanan is partly to blame as well. He did screw up, and when Rack finds out, she's definitely going to be fuming. But that's the death of Nicole. Let me know what you guys think about her death, and how do you think it's going to impact Jukebox going forward. And as Almighty Tino said, now we see why Juke always used to tell Kanan, don't fuck this up. So on that note, let's move on and talk about Lou Lou and Unique, because this situation was always going to come back around, and this time it was Unique approaching Lou Lou, trying to get him to turn. And we have to remember who's actually responsible for this war between Unique and Raquel in the first place, and that's Kanan. If Kanan wasn't so eager with this whole situation and issue with Buck 20 on the corner of 140th, a corner which Raquel already gave up to Unique, then they would never have been in this situation in the first place. But a comment from Transition with Trini tells us who's the winning team right now. He said most of us are actually Team Rack, and this is due to Kanan being a fan favourite, but really and truly Team Unique seems to be the winning team, and Unique is the winning team, for the time being that is, and he's trying to take full advantage of him being the winner at this moment in time, and that's by recruiting Lou Lou and making Raquel even more weak. But the thing is, now you can always win the battle, but not win the war, and I do think Raquel and the Thomas family will eventually win the war against Unique, but it's going to go into season 2, and I think some complacency from Unique could be his eventual downfall, especially if you've seen the episode 8 trailer. He's going to go on the offense, and it's going to spring Marvin into action, and Marvin is going to play a huge role in the war between Raquel and Unique, and we even heard him again in today's episode, where they had a meeting at the apartment. He said that Lou Lou fucked up when he missed Worrell, and that he should have been there, not up in here in the apartment away from the family business. It's hard not to agree with him. This is what Marvin's made for. He's the muscle for the Thomas organization, and there's some things which Lulu should be dealing with, and there's some things which Marvin should be dealing with, and Marvin should definitely have been there. But having said that, I think Worrell is a dead man walking anyway. I think his time will come, and Marvin will show his true worth to the Thomas family towards the end of this season in these last 3 episodes. This is where shit is going to start to get really crazy, where we see a lot more bodies dropping, and we're going to see a lot more action, especially from Marvin's character. But we're definitely going to see Unique going on the offense. He said that in a couple of months Raquel will be taken off the board, and whoever's standing with her will be gone too. He warned Lulu, but I don't think it's as simple as it sounds. A war is always bad for business, which is why we saw them coming to a mutual understanding at the beginning of the season. But that's now gone out the window. It's going to be all hands on deck now for the last 3 episodes, and this is when we're really going to start to see the war between Unique and Raquel really start to pick up pace. Now I do wonder where Scrappy now fits into all of this, because as I mentioned in my review and recap video, I definitely see Scrappy as the most important piece on Raquel's chessboard. If Unique thinks that he's killed him, then he's someone that can move under the radar. Scrappy was badly injured, he lost an eye and he also lost a kidney, so he's going to be out for a while recovering, but he's been listed for the very last episode of the season, so I can see him coming back and playing a crucial role in the final episode. He's also one of Raqu's most trusted soldiers. He knew the consequences of what could happen. He lost his eye and kidney for Raquel, so I think he's someone that could come back and really help the Thomas organization if their back is against the wall. So it's going to be interesting to see how this war plays out, because if any of you guys have seen the episode 8 trailer, then you know it's going to be fire, literally. And I will be bringing my episode 8 trailer breakdown video for you tomorrow as usual. But let's talk about a favour for a favour, because this was a theme I mentioned a while ago after Lulu spoke to Jukebox and told her that you should never owe anyone favours because it's just another way of ending up under someone's thumb. Julia's conversation with Raquel in episode 7 was the first time we've seen her speaking about her abuse that she's received from her husband, telling Raquel that she chose her because of the way she deals with men and how strong she is. And because Julia helped Raquel, she in return said to Julia, "Let me know when I can help you, a favour for a favour." But I don't think this will end just here with Raquel dealing with Gabriel for Julia. This is where Raquel could really find out about Davina being the one to give up the location to the stash house, because Julia overheard this during the conversation between Kanan and Jukebox in episode 5. Raquel saw how loved up Kanan was and how sprung he was over this girl. She even said that no girl is good enough for my son. She killed D-Wiz to protect Kanan, and sooner or later I think she realized that Davina is bad for Kanan as well, because he's making way too many mistakes. He's way too naive right now, and it comes back to the quote that you ain't a real killer till you've killed someone you love. And I still have my doubts on whether Kanan can kill Davina because of how sprung up he is over her, which is why I think Duke will ultimately kill her, but that's just my opinion. I do have another favour for a favour that I want to run through, but it fits really well with what we saw with Detective Howard's role in episode 8's trailer. So I'm going to run through the favour for a favour with Detective Howard's role in tomorrow's video. So that's just a rundown of a couple of key main talking points coming away from episode 7, which is Nicole's death, whether it's Nicole or Kanan's fault, Unique offering Lulu a position within his organisation, and a favour for a favour which I'm going to expand on tomorrow as well. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. How do you think Duke is going to react to the death of Nicole? And even though Lulu has rejected Unique's offer, do you think he could still flip? Let me know what you guys think down below. Tomorrow I'm going to be back as usual with my trailer breakdown for episode 8 in the morning. So if you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.